Thank you so much for joining us for an hour to give. I'm Sam Laprade. We have so much to talk about, and we are going to inspire you to spend your time September 9th to 19th of 2026 doing something. This city is going to be amazed at what's happening with wheelchair basketball. And of course, Wheelchair Basketball Canada is featured today on An Hour to Give. And I'd like to introduce Cindy Burwell. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Sam. I'm good.
Tell me what your role is.
So I am the executive director for the World Championships coming in September. So I have a very focused role. I have blinders on when it comes to this. That is my only focus right now. So I was brought on to do simply just execute this event for Wheelchair Basketball Canada.
And there are so many elements to this event. I can't wait to get into all of the details. But you brought a friend with you. Wendy Gittins is here. Wendy, what's your role?
I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Wheelchair Basketball Canada.
That's a pretty big job.
Yes.
So tell me what that entails.
So we are the national sport governing body for the sport of wheelchair basketball, which means we have leagues and national team programs all across Canada from coast to coast. Hosting is a huge key priority for us, and hence why we are bringing the World Championships to Ottawa in September.
We are very excited to have you in this city, having you in the capital in 2026. As the city turns 200 years old, the connection to James Naismith, just down the way, of course, the founder of basketball, are you feeling excited? Is it pressure? Is it all the above?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Love that.
it's, as we crossed the line into 2026, it was a big, aha moment of, oh my gosh, we're getting really close. We're 9 months out now. So it's all of the above. It's excited. It's feeling a bit overwhelmed. It's, nerves, already starting some sleepless nights. So yeah, all of the above. But mostly excited and thrilled to have this. We're starting to get also the international teams are starting to reach out, and so it's instead of being something on paper, it's really coming to life now.
In wheelchair basketball, give me a sense of how many people in this country are playing. Give me a sense of what this is going to mean for the city of Ottawa.
So we have clubs all across the country, from Newfoundland right through to BC. We have about 60 clubs. So our membership is around 1,200 people playing the sport. We have coaches and officials and classifiers, because in wheelchair basketball you have to have a disability to play, and at the international level, so you have to be classifiable. So there's a larger community that sort of make the sport, what it is. Bringing it to Ottawa is really important. We have an local Ottawa club that is actually booming right now. The attention from this World Championships has increased participation to the point where they're at capacity and looking for additional court time and additional people to get involved to help run the program. So it's a huge catalyst for participation hosting.
And to have it in the capital, like we said, in the 200th, give me a sense of all the partners that have come together to make this a reality, Cindy.
Well, so a big starting partner is obviously the City of Ottawa and Ottawa Tourism. So those would be the big partners coming through with us. We are also working with our key venues, our TD Place. So we're going to be hosting the two competition venues are the arena at TD Place and Carleton University. So an iconic basketball venue. And then interestingly enough, there's a bit of a shortage of court space in the city, so we actually need 4 practice courts. So we're partnering with Rogers Centre Ottawa, so uniquely setting up 4 practice courts on the convention floor of Rogers Centre Ottawa so that the athletes can practice right at Rogers Centre. And because they're all staying with another partner, which is the Westin Hotel in downtown Ottawa, and Rogers being right next door, it achieves a lot of it's a big solution for us, in fact, that we don't have to do a big transportation, moving athletes, and of course wheelchair athletes is a whole complexity that's beyond, able-bodied athletes, of moving them, transferring them from one place to another, getting on and off buses. So having Rogers Centre right next to the Westin means they can get there on their own, which is liberating. And then from a sustainability point of view too, eliminating the transportation, reducing our footprint is also a great part of the event. So we have lots of big partners in the city that are helping us bring this to life.
Look at you, that's incredible. And I've stayed at the Westin and done events at Rogers Centre. It does totally make sense because there's that bridge, obviously, and then you head right into the Rideau Centre. So there's lots of benefits there.
Exactly.
And they get to experience everything Ottawa has to offer in terms of the Byward Market, and it's going to be beautiful.
The canal everywhere. Yeah, no, it's a great location. And everything, our whole footprint is very much centered on downtown between Weston, Rogers Center, TD Place, and Carlton. So.
And do we have a sense, Wendy, how many people we'll see here in Ottawa?
The community itself, obviously we're doing a lot of promotion and advertising of the event. Internationally, there is a Congress, and the International Federation hosts a Congress, so we'll have probably about 100 to 150 delegates coming in for that as well. And then we also know countries that attend, a lot of the family and friends will come to Ottawa as well. So we're absolutely thrilled to be hosting in Ottawa, our nation's capital, and showcase the beautiful city and let people experience wheelchair basketball.
I love it. And the economic boom, aside from obviously having this great sport here and really showcasing Ottawa, the economic boom is going to be fantastic.
Oh, no, it's significant. There, I mean, the hotel rooms using it's 11 days of competition. So just if we just took our athletes and the Congress and the families alone, that's a huge boom for the city. And then there's the tourism that'll drive to the city, with people from all over the world traveling into the city and experience it. So it's going to be a massive economic boom that'll impact, the Glebe, the Byward Market, everywhere around the city. So it's going to be
exciting. And of course, we're already thinking ahead to 2028 and the Olympics. What does that mean, Wendy?
Well, for our national team program, hosting World Championships at home is huge. It certainly allows them. They travel all over the world to go to international tournaments and Paralympic Games and World Championships. So to be able to play, on home soil in front of your family and friends is huge for them. And we've never hosted this particular. We've hosted other international events in the past, but not this particular one. So that's phenomenal. And then leading into LA, it will give us a good measuring stick of where we are internationally and where we're ranking and how we're competing against the top nations. So it's a great a piece for that development side of our national team program to be able to play at home, but also really look forward to 2028 in LA.
And to get that Canadian boost, right, before the Olympics of playing here, that's wonderful. And give us a sense as well what you want us to do, Cindy. I wanted you to tell us exactly what you want us to do to celebrate these athletes, get involved, and really make sure Ottawa is the best place that they can experience.
Well, if you had to ask us what our goal for the event would be, it'd be to host the best World Championships ever. And to do that, it's creating that experience for the athletes that from the moment they arrive at the Ottawa airport, they feel safe, welcome, and that they're in an environment that is accessible and great for them to move around. So, we're working closely with Ottawa Tourism. We'll talk more about that after, of all the things they're doing to help us make the city ready with all the various business partners. But it's, the best way that the Ottawa community can participate is to show up, to come watch, to experience wheelchair basketball, which is extremely fast, very exciting. It's very athletic. It is a very fast, powerful, fun sport to watch. To sign up to volunteer, we're going to be launching our volunteer registration momentarily or daily. One of these days, we're just doing the final, testing on it. So volunteer, but mostly come out and watch, support these athletes, come see them, you will be amazed at how fast the play is and how fun it is to watch.
I've only ever seen it on television, Wendy. I'm just going to be honest with you. And so I'm really excited. And I want to bring my daughter. I think it's something that we can be very proud of in this city. But I think people, to Cindy's point, are going to be surprised at how powerful this game is.
Absolutely. And seeing it live, it really gives you that experience. I think immediately you will be impressed with the athleticism of the athletes and that the sport itself, and the wheelchair and the disability will be back of mind, and it'll be sport first and athletes first. These are high performance athletes, no different than we think of our mainstream sports of hockey and soccer, and these are high performance athletes. They play professional over in Europe. They play in NCAA programs down in the US. So I think people will be have a new appreciation for people with a disability, and the sport of wheelchair basketball and understand that, yes, it's a sport first.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. So if somebody's listening, watching us right now, and they are inspired to get behind this championship, of course, happening here from September 9th to 19th, what should they do if they want to get involved as a business? If they want to get involved in any other way, how are they reaching out?
So we have a website, Ottawa2026.ca, very easy to remember. All the information about the event is there and being added to on a weekly almost basis at this point. Sponsors can reach out through our website. They can find our sponsorship manager. We would love to have more sponsors. We'd love to have the city businesses engaged in this event, be it through sponsorship, through donations, or buying corporate packages. That's a great way to get involved. Volunteering any moment too, as I said, through our socials. So we have Instagram account, we have LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on X, we're on all the socials with Ottawa 2026. So they can find us, follow us on all the socials, and you can also sign up on our for our e-news via our website.
Well, I'm thinking about some of the young people that have to get their hours as well for school. You have to get 40 hours, as you know. My daughter did 1,000 hours.
Wow.
Because
she's a good volunteer.
Yeah, she's a great volunteer. So I'm thinking about her and her classmates. She's taking public relations at Algonquin. So I'm thinking about those types of groups that may want to come as groups and do this as a give back as well to you.
Yeah, 100%. We are encouraging people to come and volunteer. We're going to need about 350 or so volunteers for this event. There's some unique, with this event versus, as Wendy said, other events, is that, we have some additional needs because we have people in chairs and they come with 2 chairs and there's lots of moving parts with athletes that have accessibility needs. So there's going to be a high need for volunteers and student volunteers as well.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, you've inspired me. I want to go home and tell her right now. We'll make sure that she knows all about that, of course. And give me a sense, Wendy, if someone's listening that has never, ever thought about going to a game before, ever thought about this as something they would bring their family to, inspire us, take us to the court side and tell us what we're going to experience.
Well, I think, sport has a way to move people, I think, and strengthen our communities. So I would encourage you to bring your family and friends and your kids to this event. You will see people achieve their dreams of playing for their country in front of a home crowd, and the atmosphere will be electric. You will get to experience a sport that moves you to understand inclusion and accessibility from a new lens, maybe, that you haven't thought about before. And I think a way to give back to the community and to the sport as well. By attending our events, we'll have a lot of ancillary things around a fan fest zone, and you'll be able to try the sport. You'll be able to sit in the chair and actually push around and shoot a basketball and try the sport. So yeah, I would encourage everybody to come out. We guarantee you that it'll be an experience that you have never had before. Well, and you'll become a fan.
I can't wait. And give us the website again.
Ottawa2026.ca.
Ottawa26.ca.
Very
Fantastic.
easy. Yeah.
So we will definitely be reaching out to you to make sure we've got all that great information and really try to inspire this city to get behind this. You've got so many wonderful partners, and I'm thinking about the Ottawa Airport as well. Obviously, that's going to be an important place as well for people. So maybe there's volunteers greeting people out there.
100%. Yeah.
Lots of different opportunities for volunteerism.
Yeah, well, volunteering all across the city at all of our venues. It's 11 days of competition, 98 games, 28 teams. So you can imagine how many volunteers we're going to need and how many moving parts there's going to be over 11 days. Wow. So there's going to be 350 athletes and all the moving parts that go along with that. So,
fantastic.
And I say moving parts, in multiple ways.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Cindy, Wendy, thank you so much. We appreciate your time today. I am inspired already. Of course, Wheelchair Basketball Canada is featured today on An Hour to Give. We've got more to tell you. Stay with us, everyone.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Amanda Mendonça. Get ready for the Canadian Culinary Championship, taking place on January 30 and 31st at the Rogers Centre, 55 Colonel By Drive, and College La Cité, 801 Aviation Parkway. This premier national food event brings together 10 of Canada's top chefs competing in exciting challenges before the grand finale. Guests can sample incredible dishes, enjoy Canadian wines and spirits, and witness culinary creativity at its finest. Live music by Spirit of the West. For tickets and details, visit greatkitchenparty.com. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com. Click on events and post your event. That's it.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
And we're back on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade. Cindy Burwell stayed with us, thank heavens, to talk all about the Wheelchair Basketball Canada and the championships that are coming to this city. She has also brought a friend with her, of course, Jerome Mios. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and Jerome, of course, comes from Ottawa Tourism. What's your role there?
I'm the Director of Public Affairs, so I take care of these things, media relations, media interviews, our relationship with the Ottawa public through the media.
And when you heard Cindy's vision for this event, of course, happening in Ottawa from September 9th to 19th, did it excite you for the city of Ottawa?
Absolutely. Ottawa as a destination, you know, we're the capital of Canada, so we kind of have a responsibility and also an opportunity to make Ottawa a champion in terms of accessibility for residents, but also for tourism. When you have an accessible destination, you make yourself accessible for everyone. It's not just the right thing to do. It just makes business sense in a sense, because as you might know, Statistics Canada, says that 25% of Canadians live with disabilities. So if you're not accessible to everyone, that's that many people that you cannot serve, that you cannot let enjoy your restaurant, sleep in your hotel, enjoy your attractions, experiences. So it only makes sense to us to develop that kind of accessibility in the destination.
I feel the welcome mat being rolled out.
Yeah.
Cindy, I'm sure Jerome just spoke beautifully about the fact it's such an important event to have here in our city. That welcome mat and that opportunity to connect with so many people, how important is that in your role? I mean, you and I met maybe about 6 months ago, and you were just so excited to sort of be at this stage. How important is it for you?
Oh, it's immensely important. As I said in the first segment, we want the athletes and their families to feel included, safe. You know, if I had to say what the goal would be, like that they come to Ottawa and they leave Ottawa not thinking about their disability because it was not an issue. And that's where Ottawa Tourism's been a great partner. They're working really hard in the city to make that happen. So, you know, as a person becoming an athlete, the best thing you could have is if you don't have any barriers to entry to anything you want to do. So that would be a huge goal for us. Beyond what goes on the court is the experience that happens for them in the city.
And we shine. I mean, there's no two ways about it. We heard recently Mayor Mark Sutcliffe and Michael Crockett, of course, from Ottawa Tourism, talking about we just had the most visits visits in the Byward Market in many, many years, which is very exciting. So this is setting a beautiful sort of foundation for these championships, world championships happening in the city. The link to the 200th anniversary, how special is that?
It's great. The timing is amazing. With Ottawa 200, we just announced a series of funded projects for Ottawa 200 at Ottawa Tourism. And then this tournament, this world-class tournament, World Championship, just adds to such a vibrant year of activations, of animation in Ottawa. And in terms of the World Wheelchair Wheelchair Basketball Championship, it was a great opportunity for the Ottawa tourism industry to also assess what our capacity was. And then in terms of capacity building, we needed to just find out where were the barriers, where do we have some work to do to make the destination more accessible for everyone. So for that reason, we took this opportunity, having a world-class event like this, to create an accessibility cohort that included some members of various communities of people living with disabilities to assess different venues, different places, to make sure that, to be able to identify where the gaps were. So then we also created a tourism accessibility fund as part of that cohort to help these people that identified gaps to be able to fill them, to fulfill them. And sometimes it's just the small things, just readjusting the slope of a ramp. Something as simple as that can make a big difference in allowing someone in a wheelchair to access your business.
I love all this. There's so much good stuff that you just said. Let's unpack it a little bit. I mean, I think about, and we were chatting earlier about Leslie Pincombe, and of course, and her team at Rogers Centre Ottawa being so welcoming to you and having the courts, the practice courts there, and just all of the items that Jerome just talked about. I think that's a really important piece that you've identified almost for our city as a bit of a legacy, right? When you leave, our city's going to be even better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, when we talked about impact in the earlier segment, we talked about the financial impact, but there's the whole bigger impact of, everything Jerome just talked about, of all these improvements happening to the city, which are going to have a long-term trickle-down effect for future tourism, for people living here, to make it more accessible for people with disabilities to move around the city. So it has a huge impact in that regard. And we're also, hoping to leave behind bigger legacy, like a court for the city and different things that we're working towards. So those are just sort of working on projects, but there's some big legacy items that will come out of this event.
And Jerome, what do you want to say to Cindy in terms of bringing this event to Ottawa and what it will really mean for us in the 200th?
Well, the biggest thing is to position Ottawa as a real champion in terms of accessible tourism and accessible events. In terms of major events, it will be an opportunity for Ottawa to position itself as a place that is able to host these large-scale, world-scale events that are that require accessible venues and facilities, and it kind of triggered or served as a catalyst for us to kind of make these improvements across the destination. And like we just said, that will create a legacy as well, because tourism is also about at Ottawa Tourism, we invest in tourism infrastructure so that we can attract more tourism in the city. But really what we want to do is also create a better quality of life for residents. And that's what we are doing with these accessibility upgrades. Because, for example, if the restaurants decides to install automatic doors for their bathrooms, well, yes, it does makes it more accessible for tourists, but residents will also now be able to visit and eat at that restaurant with that upgrade. So it's all part of bolstering tourism, upgrading tourism, investing in tourism while enhancing quality of life for Ottawans.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. And I know we have 12 women's teams and 16 men's teams. I'm getting there.
You're good.
I'm not,
Well
not
done,
as good
well
as
done.
you yet. But what does it mean to sort of showcase for both of these groups of people this beautiful city?
Yeah, well, so essentially we're running two world championships. We're running a women's world championships and a men's world championship simultaneously. So, it's exciting. Sometimes I look at it, if you look 10 years ago, women's sport in general, hockey or whatever, was just kind of on the fringe of breakthrough. And so we're hoping this event, by hosting the men's and women's world championships, it will open the eyes, as Wendy alluded to earlier, and so people will see, wow, wheelchair sport is actually, it's a real sport. Like, it's fun, it's great, and so we're hoping it's going to, create more excitement around parasport across the board. So yeah, we're thrilled to have a women's world championship and a men's world championship happening simultaneously.
And I'm thinking about the Byward market, on the edge of turning 200 as well, being able to showcase the Byward market, TD Place, the Glebe, of course, and Carleton University, beautiful campus there, really connecting all these parts of the city and showcasing other areas of the city. What's the plan to make sure that all of those are welcoming as well, those businesses from a business perspective?
Well, we are always trying to make sure that people see as much of the city as possible. And this is a great opportunity. With big events like this, it activates many different areas of the city, and it benefits more businesses that way as well, because people will go see a game at TD Place, but then they might go down Bank Street one way or another to eat at a restaurant, go to a bar, go see a concert maybe. So that's very important to us. We work with BIAs, we work with individual tourism businesses to make sure that they are ready, to make sure that they're ready to service the athletes, their families, their entourage, but also just the fans that is going to go encourage these athletes. It's very important. We're looking at an economic impact of millions of dollars from that event, but not only that, but the social impact will be great as well. First of all, it will show other organizations that we are able to host events of that scale. It also shows that Ottawans and visitors show up to these events, that they go and encourage all teams, not just the Canadian teams, although that's the team we're going to be cheering for, but every single team in all venues. It also creates, as we just said, a legacy for sports, a good example that everyone can play. And that's one of the programs that we have at Ottawa Tourism, that everybody plays, just to encourage the fact that we do bid for all kinds of sports, but there is an opportunity here for us to host more of these parasports, of para athletes that should have the same opportunity to showcase their talent, their dedication on the world stage.
On the world stage, so exciting. When the teams are organizing to come to Ottawa, how excited are they to come to not only Canada but to the nation's capital?
Oh, I think they're very excited to come to Canada. It's such a great place to visit, and Ottawa's a great place to visit. So I think it's gonna. I believe we're gonna have a lot of tourism following with athletes, lots of friends and family, big entourage coming, teams. Lots of people coming up from the USA to come support their teams up here. So. I think Ottawa's a great destination. September's such a great time of year. It's beautiful. It's just a fantastic time to be in the city. It's the start of the school year, and we'll talk about that later, but we want school groups to come out. So it's really going to be an electric atmosphere during that period, and it's just such a great destination.
I don't know if you remember the very first time we met and you told me when it was happening. I was like, that's the best time.
Right?
Yeah. Because you're just coming out of maybe that little bit of strong heat, but into that beautiful fall weather, and the city will definitely shine. You and your team, Jerome, obviously work very hard in the city to showcase this beautiful city. Give us any last words about Ottawa tourism and how we can benefit from your work.
Well, I agree that September is one of the 12 best months to visit Ottawa.
I love it.
But that being said, I'm only half joking. There's something to do in Ottawa in all season. This year, September will be a big month with the wheelchair championship, but also the actual 200th anniversary of Bytown. That's on September 26th. But really, we invite everyone to visit Ottawa, residents and visitors. Residents are welcome to just be a tourist in their own backyard in all 4 seasons. It's the winter right now. The trails are great. The canal is open. And then the spring, the tulips are coming as usual. There's going to be even more tulips now with the Saunders Farm Tulip Fest. Then in the summer, we have so many activities for Ottawa 200, but also just the usual festivals. And then in the fall, what a better time to be in Ottawa with all the colors. So we invite everyone. And when we say everyone, we literally mean everyone.
Everyone. I love it. You're doing a great job for Ottawa Tourism, by the way. Of course, Cindy and Jerome spending time talking to us about those amazing championships, world championships for wheelchair basketball coming to Ottawa September 9th to the 19th. You're going to learn more. Stay with us, everyone, on An Hour to Give.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Josh Rackless and I'm single, but I'm excited for you engaged couples and wedding planners because you are invited to Wed Well Ottawa 2026 on Saturday, February 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ottawa Art Gallery. This carefully curated wedding showcase features the city's top wedding vendors. You'll find photographers, florists, bakers, planners, and venues all in a relaxed, inspiring setting. You lovebirds can explore live music, interactive displays, creative demos, and fresh ideas. You happy couples can meet experts, gather inspiration, and plan your dream day with confidence. Whether planning a luxe celebration or an intimate gathering, Wed Well Ottawa offers fresh ideas for your big day, not mine, but yours. Tickets are available at wedwellshowcase.com. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event, lovebirds. That's it.
Okay, I know you have your calendar marked for September 9th to the 19th as the World Wheelchair Basketball Championship is going to be taking place in this city, in beautiful Ottawa. And we've got so many people to chat with. We've been speaking with Cindy Burrell, of course, and she stayed with us. But Nicholas Burrell has just run into this studio today because he's come from a school and he's going to tell us all about why he was at a school today. Hi, Nicholas. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So tell us what your job is with this wonderful championship.
Yeah, so I'm the school's program coordinator. I go from school to school across the Ottawa region, anywhere from Eastern Ontario and Castleman out to Pembroke to Kemptville, and of course in the city centre. And I have a truck full of chairs. I show up to the school in the morning and I run a day's worth of programming for schools from grade 6 to grade 12, depending on the school. Yeah.
And so tell me exactly what you do. You land in the school and what's your day like?
I land there, I unload. I have to set up 20 chairs, my audio equipment, all that stuff, some banners. And then with the flow of the school day with all their classes, I have one class at a time, sometimes two classes at a time as well. And I take them through some workshops.
And Cindy, this is incredible to have a young man that's willing to do this hard work, because I'm thinking, I don't know if I could do that in my shape that I'm in right now. But what's the goal here, Cindy, for the work Nicholas is doing?
So it's a multifaceted goal. So one goal is, of course, that we want to bring wheelchair basketball into schools and get kids exposed to the sport, get them to learn about accessibility and inclusion and see it through a different lens, make them more open and interested and accessible. interested in people with disabilities and accepting of people with disabilities. Uniquely, it also allows a lot of kids who have disabilities don't get to take part in gym class. And so when Nicholas goes into the school, he gets kids out who don't usually get to take part in gym class, and they are competing with their peers, or not competing, but they're playing with their peers. So it's a unique opportunity for anyone with a disability in a school to have an opportunity to be on the same level playing field with their peers, playing a sport, a fun sport. And then it opens up opportunities for them to find a club, join a club if they weren't aware of the sport before. And then, of course, it's awareness. You know, it's a big awareness campaign because we want those schools. We're inviting all the schools to come to wheelchair basketball. It's free for schools. And so we want schools to get excited about the event. And you know, you learn through doing, and you get interested through doing. So by bringing wheelchair basketball in schools, the kids are doing it, so they're excited, their teachers are excited. So we invite them to come down to the event in September and come watch the world-class athletes from over 20 countries.
Mm-hmm. I'm just hearing all these boxes being ticked in terms of objectives for your work. You must see some incredible moments.
Yes, I have been around some really, really touching and special moments. I've had the opportunity to, like Cindy mentioned, have students who have never really participated in phys ed to their fullest capacity due to limitations, and they're able to just jump into one of my chairs and fully play. And it's really special to see, of course, and I think it's really special for that student to experience that, and that just creates like a lifelong memory for them. And then I always refer them to a local club in their area to help have them continue playing.
I have a buddy who played basketball for many, many years, and he was asked to try a chair, try the game, and he said, "Oh my heavens, was it hard?" Right? People don't understand how difficult the sport is, and even more respect for the athletes. Does that happen?
Yeah, all the time. I'll have, like, especially when you get older grades, like grade 11 or 12, have basketball athletes walk in, "Oh, I'm gonna be so good, I got this, sir, watch me," and they can't make a shot.
Yeah.
They don't know how to use their hands in all the ways they need to for wheelchair basketball. So it's a humbling experience for a lot of athletes, and as the workshop progresses, they do have a lot of fun, right? And it's a really great experience for them. And even for those who are less good at basketball, for example, or any sport, it's an equalizer within the class, right? So everyone gets the ball more, everyone's having more fun, everyone's getting equal opportunities to shoot and have possession of the ball as well. So,
Cindy, have you allowed yourself a moment to really realize what you're in charge of here? You've got a really big job. But when I hear, like, it's emotional for me to hear him speak about that. This isn't just 10 days of a championship, world championship in the city. It is so much more.
Oh, it's so much more. I mean, I think we're really helping a lot of people and opening eyes up to even more people. And so it's an incredible experience, an incredible opportunity. I'm thrilled to be able to do this. I just wanted to build on the point he said about people being humbled in the chairs, and I don't think we talked about it, but a lot of people don't understand that when you play wheelchair basketball, the rules are almost the same as stand-up basketball. So the basketball net is the same height, the court is the same, the three-point line is the same, the free throw line is the same. So not being able to use your legs to shoot from a three-point line is quite humbling. So, but that's what people will experience when they come to the actual event is a bit of a, oh my goodness, I had no idea it was the same size court or the same size basket. And so it's exciting. It'll be exciting to see. So it sometimes just gives me goosebumps, it just, it's all the emotion around it, yeah.
Oh, it's emotional for sure. And I know, Nicholas, you probably don't know this. I know Cindy's aware. Last year, my dear friend Caroline Phillips and I wrote a book called Ottawa Made. Okay. And in that book, we feature basketball, and we feature James Naismith.
Right.
If you could go back in time, and maybe you could go to Elmont and sit on that statue beside him and talk about what this experience has meant to you, what would you say to Mr. Naismith?
I think I'm extremely grateful for this experience. I've learned so much about, as someone who's practiced sports my whole life, to be in and around parasport and accessibility in sport has really transformed my understanding and appreciation for sports and how it can impact others to a whole other level. I'm it's just been a really, really great experience. I'm so excited for the World Championships coming around, to invite all the schools over on a field trip and pack in at TD Place and get that place really loud.
Can you feel yourself at TD Place already? You and I were hanging out at Lansdowne recently, and I said, like, Cindy, it's coming. And
it's coming.
And it was about a year.
It was about a year out.
Yeah.
It was about a year out of that moment.
Exactly.
Yes.
But have you taken yourself to a seat and pretend you're sitting there yet and feel that rumble of the crowd and feel what's going to be happening in that beautiful venue?
You know, I've been in and out. We've done so many tours of that venue and trying to get it ready. So we're excited about that. I can't say I've actually done that, but we did go to Paris to the Paralympics a year ago and watch the wheelchair basketball. And actually, that was my first time experiencing it live, and I was blown away. As Wendy said, by the time you see it, it's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was this great. And I want to replicate what they did. They had 12,000 people in the stadiums in Paris watching wheelchair basketball. The crowd was amazing. They cheered, they supported, and our athletes, were so excited. I mean, there weren't a lot of Canadians there, so you can imagine it was everybody from the community coming out to watch our Canadian team and every other team there play in full capacity stadiums with cheering and excitement, and that's what we want to create, and that's why we want so many students to come out too, because we get that a game at 10 o'clock in the morning is not necessarily the best time for the general public or people working, but that's when the school groups can come and really get excited and support a team, and we're going to encourage them to pick a team playing, and your team France and your team UK. So, there'll be lots of opportunities for the schools to really be part of that fan experience and build some real excitement in the stadium.
For sure. And it's funny, as a young man, you've got your whole career ahead of you. I guarantee you will look back on these days and think of them as the good old days. Because you've got to really, to be able to, whatever you're going to build in terms of wherever you go from here, this role that you've got is such an important one. How do you think you'll remember this role in a decade from now?
I think I'll remember it extremely fondly. I think I'm in a privileged role, and I have so much to learn from it, and I've met so many amazing people in the community, whether it's teachers, school administrators, students, of course, from all over the region, and it's really special to be able to go into new schools every day and interact with people and learn from them and hear their advice for in the future, because they know as well that I'm after this. There's more coming, so it's just really great to be able to connect with so many people, and I'm sure that in 10 years from now, I'll say what a privilege it was to be part of the World Championships for Ottawa 2026.
I just realized that'll be 2036. Anyway, let's not do that.
Let's not go there.
Let's not do that.
Go there.
But Nicholas, let me ask you, if somebody's listening or watching right now and they're a teacher or principal and they want you to come to the school, are you reaching out to schools or teachers reaching out to you?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Obviously, you can find the sign-up link on ottawa2026.ca in the community tab, schools programs right there. You can sign up for the World Championships field trip or for the in-school workshops. There's still some space for this year left. Not a whole lot, but there's some space, so we can figure that out. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wonderful.
And he did mention high schools, but we are going to elementary schools as well.
Okay, that's great.
So every grade is welcome to have a school program come to their facility.
Okay, that's fantastic. And really engaging in the schools, I think, is just a brilliant step.
Yeah, no, it's been a super successful program. So thrilled to be able to bring this to schools.
Yeah, for sure. We only have about a minute left, but give me a sense of the impact of this type of program. Has this kind of thing happened before in Canada, or is this a normal part of a world championship happening in a city?
So Wheelchair Basketball Canada has hosted smaller world championships. So in Toronto, they hosted the Under-23 World Championships in 2017, and the women's, when it was just women's, in 2014, and ran similar thing. They did school programs there, highly successful school programs, with the same goals in mind of introducing wheelchair basketball, teaching people about accessibility and inclusion, and inviting schools to come out and watch the event. And it's been hugely successful, and it's been a program that after that was a continued legacy in that area. So we hope too that the school programs, and there are other programs, we work closely with Abilities Ottawa, who runs an adaptive sport program, not just wheelchair basketball, but multi-sport program. We work closely with their organization, and we'll continue working closely with them as part of the legacy.
Now, Nicholas, I know I'm not in high school anymore, and I'm not in elementary school, obviously. But someday I'm gonna get into a chair and work with you. Okay?
Got some in the parking lot if you want.
Oh, no. Oh heavens! I wasn't expecting that. We'll work on it, though. Absolutely. Cindy, of course, and Nicholas joining us. When we come back, stay with us, everybody. We're talking about wheelchair basketball championships happening in this city. World Championships. Stay with us on An Hour to Give.
Hey, I'm Dave, and I absolutely love to camp. Why do we do this? Why do we go out here with the bugs, the bears, skunks chasing you, poison ivy, ticks, you name it. Why do we do it? Because we love it. I love it. I wanted to take my passion for filming and the outdoors and combine them, and that's why I'm here. Maybe it's a mistake, I don't know.
This week on Canada Files, Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of artificial intelligence. He won the Nobel Prize for Physics for his research on how computers think like humans.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Josh Rackless, aspiring fringe theatre actor, using this as my audition for the Undercurrents Festival. The festival brings cutting-edge contemporary theatre to Arts Court, 2 Daly Avenue from February 4th to 14th, with shows on evenings throughout the festival. Produced by the Ottawa Fringe Festival, Undercurrents showcases bold new works by local, national, and international artists in intimate settings, blending experimental theatre, live music, and multimedia performance. Tickets are offered at multiple price levels on a pick-your-price model, making theatre accessible for all, even broke Rogers volunteers like me. For the full schedule and to buy tickets, visit ottawafringe.com/undercurrents. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it, and scene.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Today is all about Wheelchair Basketball Canada, and of course those World Championships coming here September 9th to the 19th. I know you're going to be in the stands. I'm going to be in the stands. There is so much to experience, not only on the court, but around this wonderful championship. And of course we've brought back Cindy Burrell, and she's brought her friend Wendy Gittins back with her as well. Hello to you both. So I've heard the term superfan. What does that mean?
Wow.
Tell me all about it.
So the story behind Superfan is really, an event of this magnitude obviously has a lot of costs associated with it. It's not easy to host an event. And we also realize that not everyone has a lot of sponsors, donors, whatever. You're being inundated with requests all the time. So the idea behind it is that if everyone can contribute or participate in some way by becoming a super fan, it's a huge impact for us. And so we launched the campaign, was sort of inspired by our president, back in a meeting in September of, how can we get more people engaged, interested in this event, even if they're not in the city? They could be anywhere in the country because this is an international event and wheelchair basketball is a national program. So let's create a super fan campaign where people can make small donations. Corporations who maybe don't have the funds to be a major sponsor can be a super fan. And we want people to just be a part of it. Be a super fan. Make a contribution, whether it's $10 or $100 or $1,000. Make a contribution, and collectively, the power of a big group doing small things is huge. And so that's the idea behind Superfan.
Well, Superfan sounds really good, Wendy. You're behind it, of course.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think you're a Superfan already.
I am. She's been a Superfan for so many years.
For so many years. Tell me a little bit about your background.
So I have been with Wheelchair Basketball Canada for over 25 years. When I first started, I was the sole one person, one office sort of show, a little bit of everything from, being the communications person to being the national team coordinator to being whatever. It was all things. But to be able to see the sport grow to where it is today has been remarkable. I've been surrounded by an incredible group, a community of people, our incredible board of directors who believed in me and provided some mentorship and guidance. I've always had a sport background. My schooling and education is in sport. Came to Ottawa for my master's and stayed and landed in wheelchair basketball. So it's been a journey. I've stayed in the sport because of the people.
And to have people come to Ottawa and to where you are, is that an extra special moment for you?
Absolutely, to be able to sort of showcase your town and your city and your organization and what you've sort of achieved is huge. We believe hosting is a catalyst for so many other things for our organization, for Wheelchair Basketball Canada. It increases participation, increases the profile of the sport. It allows us to have conversations and be in rooms like this and meet people like you that we wouldn't necessarily be in if we weren't hosting this type of event. So hosting has always been a real key strategic priority area for us.
It's wonderful to see how many people have already come on board. Who do we still need at the table? If you were to kind of dream big, who are we looking for?
Well, not to name specifically, but I think we'd love to see the Ottawa businesses start to take an interest in this event. From, supporting it. It's a big community event. It's going to have a huge impact on the city. It's got so much potential in terms of communication, from the feel-good part of supporting a wheelchair sport to it will be broadcast, it will be streamed, from branding. There's different ways that all the businesses in Ottawa can get part. So we really want the corporate community to support this event, either via sponsorship, through donation, by buying corporate packages for their team, or by giving their employees time off to volunteer.
Oh, I love that idea. That's a great idea. See, you've got all the great ideas. And we've got lots of activities coming up. FanFest. How excited are we about FanFest?
FanFest, we're very excited about. It will be a real opportunity for the community to come out and experience the sport, as I mentioned earlier. We'll have chairs. People will be able to sit in the wheelchair, shoot at a hoop, try and push around the chair with a basketball. So I think that'll be very eye-opening for them to just experience how challenging it is and the athleticism involved to play the game. We'll have other vendors and activities going on as well. So trying to, again, create that community and atmosphere around the event.
Because, like you say, I mean, obviously, remind me the number of games again?
98.
98 games,
98
which is just mind-blowing to me.
To me, too.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there to support you, don't worry. 98 games, but we know that, obviously, people are going to want to experience the city. They're going to want to dine. They're going to want to shop a little bit, get a little bit of maybe some great mementos from Ottawa, some pictures, all of that. So we really want to showcase the city beautifully. We spoke earlier with Jerome from Ottawa Tourism, and they're very excited to have you. When you sort of drive around the city now, are you already thinking, oh, wow, we better reach out to, this company and that company to see if they want to become involved?
Yeah, we've been really active reaching out to companies. We were out at all the networking events, as you know. Yes. We're trying to meet people, talk the talk, tell the story, and it really is a story. And everybody in communication or in branding or in promotion, it's all about telling the story. And there's a huge opportunity for businesses to get behind this and really tell their story. And this event is a great opportunity to do that.
And I'm sure there's long days. We've already talked about sleepless nights. Is there an athlete or a moment that on those days where you're like, oh, I got to get out of bed, that gets you out of bed, Wendy, that you think, this is why I do what I do?
Well, I wake up every day and get to work in sport, and I don't think it gets much better than that. So for me, it's very fulfilling, and to be able to work again with our people. is amazing. It's the athletes, it's the coaches, it's the community around it. They're just incredible. We're a smaller sport organization, and I think that has great benefits because we're family. And there's so many things outside of the sport itself that have been rewarding, and family and friends that you meet, and lifelong friends and relationships that you develop. So yeah, I mean, I get to wake up every day and work in sport. Every day is a great day.
Yeah, how about you?
Same. I mean, I've worked. I mean, I played sport, worked in sport my whole life. And I think too, these athletes are really inspiring. If you spend some time with any of our athletes, it's inspiring. They've undergone a lot of challenges, and it's just every day for them. They're just high performance athletes that have had some unique challenges, but it's super inspiring for sure.
And putting Canada on the world stage. Can we talk about that for a second? I mean, Toronto Blue Jays was just on the world stage, right? And what that did, for everybody, it just added that spark. We're looking for that spark, right?
Absolutely. I think, again, this is where I think sport has this power to unite communities and unite a country. And we've seen that time and time again with the Toronto Blue Jays run at the World Series last February with the Four Nations Cup with the hockey. The country got behind it, that Canada-US rivalry. We'll see it again next month at the Winter Olympics. So yeah, we're trying to replicate that, and again, I think this tournament, it's 28 teams. We'll be able to bring. Hopefully, people will come and see the event, and we'll strengthen our community in Ottawa around it, and just create experiences.
We only have about a minute left. Give us the summary. If you and I were in an elevator, what are you telling me if we're going 20 floors up about this wonderful day?
Ottawa 2026, September 9th to 19th, 28 teams from almost 20 countries, not sure. 12 women's teams, 16 men's teams, going to be the best wheelchair basketball action you'll ever see. It's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, and there is 11 days of competition, so there's always a day that people can come out and watch it and support it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much, and I'll be there. I really want to experience this. I want to experience it with my daughter, who's 18. I think it's a really good family activity as well, and I love the fact you've repeated a few times today. Everyone is welcome. You're leaving a beautiful legacy in this city, which we talked about with Jerome in terms of what you're leaving the city with, having gone through this process to ensure this city is accessible, the best it can be for some of the best athletes of the world. So I love that part. I know how you've integrated yourself into the community, and it really is very, very inspiring to see how far you've come, and I cannot wait until September.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's going to be wonderful to experience all of this with you. I'm going to remember some of these numbers. 98 games, 28 teams, and athletes, of course, from all over the world. So thank you again for joining us. Today we're talking, of course, all about World Championships in Ottawa, your city. So that means you need to get involved. September 9th to the 19th, visit their website, learn all about this organization, get your school involved, your family involved, your business involved. You'll see me in the stands. Thanks for spending time with us on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade, everyone.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
We need to continue to move Ottawa forward. We can't change course now and start going in a different direction. There's so much uncertainty and anxiety with everything that's happening in the world right now. We must stay focused on what we can control, and that is building a better and stronger city for everyone. We must continue to respond to the affordability crisis and fight the pressures on local families and small business owners. We must fix our bus system and make sure the LRT extension to Orleans is opened as soon as it's safe and reliable. We must continue to strengthen our local economy, including attracting more defense investment. We must advance the revitalization of downtown Ottawa and the Byward Market. And we must improve the flow of traffic in our city and reduce congestion that impacts productivity. I'm going to have a lot more to say about all of these priorities in the weeks and months ahead. Cette année encore, je vais continuer à travailler dur pour vos priorités. Throughout this year, I'm going to continue